I'm in the art gallery, yeah, and even by the art gallery, everything it shows you, it's Masonically run, okay? Like here, look, you see, in the frame, look, you got 1x, 2x, 3x, okay? Then you've got symbolism, like the world domination ball sitting on the square, you see? And even in the pictures, okay, you know, like here, look, you know, it's like, you know, the pyramids and the Masonic arches and all of that interesting stuff. But what the main thing is you'll see, okay, is this. Because these families, these lords, dukes and earls, yeah, and if you look at his badge, look, it's a square within a square and a circle in the middle, look, yeah. These lords, dukes and earls, yeah, and I ain't sure who he is. And then these are the profane, look, the profane workers, yeah. That shows you the dignitaries, like this picture here, look. See, again, Freemasons, yeah, them two. Let me see if I can focus in a minute. See, they're Freemasons, and then you've got the profane here, look, you see. But what they're doing, they're beguiling the, you know, the profane. They're controlling the situation in everything. It doesn't matter what it is or where it is. They're controlling it, and there's no profane people here except the ones that are enslaved. You know, look, she's a Royal Eastern Star. Notice they're sitting round a round table, look. See, 3 chairs, look. 3 chairs, round table, and they're sitting on the square. But no one, you know, it's just madness. But these are the people that can still today control your towns and cities. The royals, you know, the bloodlines. You know, there's no profane person there. They're all of something. I don't know what. But they're all royals, you know, and they're all Freemasons, you know. I mean, this looks sinister, doesn't it? I mean, look at that, look. Does this not look like a demon looking at the baby? Look. Is it a demon? I don't know. I know that is. Look, he looks like one. Look, this guy here, look. What is going on, you know? See? Something not quite right about it. Look like Gypsy G travellers, you know? But again, don't know who that is. It's a beautiful gallery. If I see of anything of interest, I will, you know, I will show you, but it's beautiful, you know. But these are all lords, dukes and earls and dignitaries, you know. It's Rome, you know, it's Rome, that's where we live. We live in Rome, you know. They're beautiful. You have to come and see yourself. Look, the Masonic floor, look. See the squares within the squares, the 4 pyramids in the corner, see? 4 square, see? The guy know what he's doing, look. See? The point within the square, and then you've got 4 squares, look, 4 square for 666. But he's got the detail down to a T. You know, but this is what you're dealing with. Look, these people here, look, they all see. Look, the hidden hand. See, it's a Freemason. He's got the hidden hand of Freemasonry. See, and he's standing in a Masonic pose. You see, so that's Freemasonry. They're all Freemasons. These are the people that still control the world, your towns, your earth. You know. This is you lot. You're the profane lot. You look, you know, you look after the cattle. You know, you dig out the pens. You know what I mean? Look, what do you think that is? That table. I don't know how old it is, but I know that I'm seeing square, circle, square. But when you see the circle, you've got the 4 pyramids. See, circles, squares, and pyramids. You know. Again, look, another Freemason. Look, the hidden hand, look. See? And these are their kids, their Lewises and that. You know what I mean? Look, that's what you're looking after, and they've been in power and still in power today. The lords, the dukes and the earls. You know? It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful art, you know. Beautiful. But they were the witchfinder generals. They were, you know, if the women wouldn't sleep with them or give them favour, then they would burn them at the stake. You know? You've got to remember, that's a man, you know. You know what I mean? That's why the hand's big, look. But the witchfinder generals, all them witches they burnt at the stake, remember, they were murdered. You know what I mean? Because they wouldn't do favours, sexual favours for to the Quaker man, you know, the witchfinder general. You know? Look, this is what they do, look. See that? Look. See? Kill and murder. The Knights Templar did all the murdering and the killing for these people. And the Freemason, yeah, would be plotting and scheming and just not wearing their Masonic aprons. And that's what they've done. Over and over and over and over again, whispering in people's ears to decimate them. But, yeah. You know, but these are the people you're dealing with. Look, there's the devil there. There's the greedy Freemason there. Look, see? With his weapons. They're the only ones who have weapons of war. You know what I mean? See? They're horrible people. Look, there he is, look. Still alive today, his family is. You know what I mean? Look, and you're looking after these people. These have been in power for centuries and decades. If you think they're gone, this is you, the profane. There's your weapon, look. See? You get a jawbone, you know what I mean? While they get swords and lances and horses to plough you down. Today, of course, today they just use machine guns, AK-47s and that, and use the army and navy. Look, that's what they used to do, chop people's heads off for the king and the queen, because he spoke out. He's a profane man. That was more than likely a truther, giving the truth, you know what I mean? Anyone given the truth is assassinated and gone, you know? Look, it's all Masonic, look, that's Masonic. How do I know it's Sonic? Because it's a cross, look. See, it's all Masonic, baby. Masonic. Oh, it's great. Freemasons, mate. You know what I mean? Even in here, look. Again, if you understand it, the floor and the symbolism. Look. See? Pyramid, square, pyramid, squares and pyramids. And then right in the middle, look, you've got your circle. Within the square, look. See? It's Masonic. They own it. Square, circle, square. Square, circle, square. See? Pyramid, square, pyramid, square. Pyramid, square. See? They own it all, my friends. They own it all. You know what I mean? But anyway, what do I know? It's all a conspiracy. You know, do you think that person there made up in a busk is a profane person? Do you think they've drawn a profane person and put any of these, you know, obviously some of them are, you know, like made up paintings, but the portraits like this, they're all Freemasons, lords, dukes and earls, you know? But if you don't understand it, you know, there's Bum Effect, you know what I mean? Look, Bum Effect, you know, the old Bum Effect hand signs, you know? There you go. They know exactly what they're doing, these people. You know what I mean? They're bum stretching the whole nation and no one even know it. They're shagging you all, mate, you know what I mean? And taking everything away from you all. And you don't even know it. Look, this is what you defend. These are the people, the rallies. They rally you up. You know, and there it is, look, the heraldry within the square, the pyramids. You know, this is what you're defending today. There's still, there's the heraldry, look. Yeah, and he's doing the hand sign there, look. You know, the pyramid, look, the down pyramid hand sign, you see? Look what's on his collar, look. Can you see it there? 2, 3, 2. Masonic symbolism. Can you see me? Look, hello. But that's what it is. Look, 232, 232, 232 for 666. That's what it's all about. And there's the heraldry. Look, you see. Now you're still defending that today, you know, as profane people, and they've got people living amongst you as what they call that. What's the word? This guy will know. Excuse me, Kai man. What's the word for people that sleepers? And they call sleepers. You know, like you got like spies that act as a family, and then when they're ready, they activate themselves. Is it sleepers? Is it?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know, mate. Okay, thank you. Anyway, that's all right, Kai man. Thank you. You know, and they've got sleepers amongst you that work within the crowd. Like I said, people like Tommy Robson, they're just not wearing their Masonic aprons. You know, all them people, that security that are around him are all Freemasons. You know, I've proved that in my videos. You know, yeah, look. See, look, what do you think's going on here? Look, he's now done the Masonic hand sign, look. See?
Free and progress bills for prostitution.
Down pyramid, up pyramid, down pyramid. There's your Masonic floor. You know what I mean? Then you got the old bishop, and they'll bash them later and bum stretch them. Then you got your 3-point slit, which makes the Masonic cube. Look. The firmament, see? And don't forget, it's 3. Look, 3. Why would it be 3? Same as this 3 in here. Look. No hand signs all the time. It's always the hands. Always look at the hands. The hands explain a lot. But he's a Freemason, you see. That's what it's all about. He's a future Freemason. You know what I mean? You can tell. You know. That's what it's all about, my profane friends. Freemasons own this gallery. You know. No one else owns it. They own it. You know. Look, soft, square, and calm piss. You know, square and calm piss. See? Again, look, 3 bait. Look. See what I mean? Look, getting mauled by the dog. You know what I mean? Even their kids are vicious, look. Is he stabbing that dog, is he? Or is he whacking it? Stabbing it. You know what I mean? That's what's going on. But they make out they're good, they're not. They're evil. I mean, look at the painting there. What do you see on that painting? Tell me what you see. I see a square with a circle in it. And on each corner there's 4 pyramids. 4 square. See? Pure Masonic. You know what I mean? Anyway, my profane friends. Oh, sorry, mate, you ain't got. How wonderful. I'm so excited I could have crushed the grape there. You know what I mean? But look, all this money, they'll skim that. They'll skim all that money, you see. Goes into them. You can't. What more can that money buy for this place? Like the money they get for the calves with the coffees at £3 a shot. You know what I mean? Where's all the money going? That's just this place, you see what I mean? So who or what is getting all this money? You know what I mean? And just by having that on the door, look, the Masonic police band, look, that little police band tells me this whole building is run by Freemasons. Well, I know it is, you know it is, you know what I mean? But all the money that's making, it doesn't just pay the staff, you know what I mean? It's paying the lords, the dukes and the people that own this building, which is the National Gallery of Scotland. See, they make out it's for Scotland. No, it's for the fucking lords, dukes and earls, you know what I mean? And they're getting paid for it, and they're paid well. You know, to get in there, I think is 20 odd quid or something. I don't know. There's just so much in it, you know. Just madness how they do it. You know what I mean? Plead poverty. We don't own anything. We can't afford that. We can't afford this. But look at the lottery you do. The lottery, the pound we put in, or 5s, 10s, or 20s. Some people have, and what's left at the end of it. And then you put your mobile. You know, your mobiles are say £500, even though we know they're £1,000 now. So all the people, everyone owns a mobile. So how many thousands of pounds is now walking around here just in mobiles within this city? Then you've got your contract on top of that. All the electric these people are paying for, all the water, you see what I mean? All the gas, all the rates, you see what I mean? All the poll tax, all the window tax, and then you get these arseholes, yeah, that what are your MPs and that, they go, oh, we can't afford that, we've got not enough money, you know, and that's before you get into all the cars. How much is a car? 30 grand now? 40 grand, 50 grand for cars? How many cars are on the road? You see what I mean? So how much money and billions and trillions they're squeezing out of people, yeah? You know, that's before you buy a mortgage, you know what I mean, and all that, and then they got not enough money to do anything with. It's fucking lies, mate. Wake up. The point within the circle, within the square, which is the hieroglyph of the all-seeing eye, they will lie to you. And they'll lie and they'll lie and they'll lie and they'll get away with it all the time, you know what I mean? So long as they're square, they're circle and point within the circle, and the square and pyramid goes on ruling, that's all they give a fuck about, you know what I mean? And their families live the best lives. You don't, we don't, we've got nothing, you know what I mean? You'll get nothing from these people. Anyway, my profane friends, have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the gallery, the National Gallery of Scotland. And I think it's time to say goodbye to Rome, isn't it? Or is it Greece? I don't know. But remember, doesn't matter what town or city you're in, that Masonic Ra God, the all-seeing eye within the pyramid, is watching you, controlling you, and wanting to know what you're doing and you're up to. Have a great day. Remember, I love you all.